doesn't have 4 calories, but when you pick oil or fat, it has 9 calories. So the more you eat more of the fatty food, the more you have high calories, and it can end up resulting in weight gain and other health concerns. Another thing people do during this period is they engage in unhealthy eating habits, which can lead to indigestion or food poisoning. You might be assured that during this time, the orders with the commercial foods, restaurants will be high. Hence, the cooking period or the cooking time would have to be shortened so that they can meet the demand of all the customers. When that happens, it's likely that some of the foods wouldn't be thoroughly cooked to the right temperature. And if that happens, people experience indigestion or stomach problem. Also, on indigestion, people don't take time to chew. You have food, you are enjoying with your friends, so they just have a bite and they swallow, right? But then chewing helps or enhances digestion. Because
it helps with the breakdown?
Yes, it creates larger surface area for the gastric juice or gastric secretions to secrete on it. And with that, digestion will be fast, absorption will be fast. But if you ration eating, maybe because you have 4 or 5 drumsticks and you just want to clear them quickly, if that happens, you end up...
No, but you see, and this season too, you have different events to go to. You have to finish this one and then go for the next one and then, finish. I'm just saying.
You don't have to finish it.
You don't have to do...
No, you don't have to finish it, right? And we can't talk about Christmas without talking about alcohol abuse. Okay. Because this is the time people want to wind down, enjoy with friends, and they are likely to do it irresponsibly or abuse alcohol. So these are some common issues that come up when we are in
this season.
Yeah.
So Mama, what would you say are some of the healthy ways you can consume food this season? Like how should we do it?
Okay, so before I came on the show, my uncle was like, hey, don't come and spoil the fun for us this Christmas.
I'm with your uncle. I'm with your uncle because Charlie.
Yes, but with me, I preach moderation. I don't preach restriction.
Okay.
You have to just be moderate. Everything in a moderate amount. Too much of everything is bad. That statement is true. So I usually talk about the healthy plates. So half of your plate will be the half of your plate will be the vegetables, okay, and then quarter of your plate will be the carbohydrates, and the remaining quarter will be your lean protein. Does that sink in?
I'm trying to. Because when you started with vegetables, you lost me, but I did for you.
But that should actually be the case. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you do that, and then you just enjoy your meals. You don't have to take away the traditional foods you like, the usual foods you like. Just make sure that the carbohydrates is in moderation, and then the fat is also in moderation, and then your vegetables. So when you go for a program, let me make it practical for you. Mm-hmm. When you go for a program, for instance, like a serve yourself, it's better to first go for the salad option.
Okay.
So if you're someone who likes to go for a lot of rounds, round 1, round 2, round 3, first round, go for the salad. Mm-hmm. So by the time you finish taking the salad, you'll be full, a bit full.
Yeah, I was expecting you to say that the salad will open your tummy for you to get more food in there. Okay. So the first round, you go over your salad.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the next round, you go for your actual food.
Okay.
So that you don't end up overeating the carbohydrates portions. Ghanaians, we like a lot of carbohydrates.
But you see, for some of us, we have forgotten our integrated science. So which foods have the carbohydrates in them anyway? I don't remember anymore. Is it the cassava and all that?
Yes, cassava, rice, yam, the staples, the main.
Okay.
The main meals. Mm-hmm. They have the carbohydrates in them.
Yeah, but Nana, the way you're saying is so simple. We have so many events. How do we manage, especially with the server? So your advice.
So the thing is, so when you go for the event, try and get a smaller plate if they have options.
Okay.
Some places they give different sizes of plates. So if they have smaller plates, pick that one and then use that to serve yourself so that you don't overeat. Usually when you eat with a smaller plate, you reduce the amount of food that you take compared to the larger plates. I don't know if you can relate. But if let's say you are doing, you are taking food, rice, and then you are taking a bigger plate, the tendency to fill the plate is higher.
Because you have a large surface area, you have to fill everything.
Exactly, you want to fill, because if it's a big plate and you take something small, you feel like your brain will tell you that.
Even people will be looking at you like, is that all you're going to eat?
Guy, are you okay? Yeah. So what we'll do is you just take a smaller plate to deceive your mind, that you are having enough.
Okay.
And then you go for your food.
So what if you use 2 small plates? You're defeating the purpose.
So the thing is, you don't need to. You see, you don't need to overeat. You need to listen to yourself. When you have food, then you stop. You don't have to be stuffed. You just have to be satisfied.
Julius. I understand what you're saying. Because some of the parties we've planned for this. You know what, Julius?
Yeah.
Yes, you mentioned earlier the fact about, food poison, people not having time to prepare the food well because they want to meet the demand of their customers and all that. When it comes to this season, what advice would you give for the proper way to prepare these festive meals so that stuff like that doesn't occur?
All right, so I'm sure by now people would have been going to the market to get the food. So you should do that by now, right? You should be able to procure your food and then save them. Now, prepping is very important, right? Because probably on 25th you have to go to church and you don't rush the food. So prep the food the previous day, get ready, and that's also part of planning, right? Planning works every time. If you fail to plan, then that means you are planning to fail. Yeah. So during this time, you have to actually plan your meal. Know what you're going to eat during the day. Okay, today, tomorrow. So that at least you can prep some of them. That way you don't have to rush with time, right? Even if you are procuring the food from a commercial source, let's say you are ordering, right? You want to do that ahead of time, not in a very busy times, because from 6, 8 going, everybody's out.
So like there's a rush hour at that time. Good. So they won't have to.
They won't have. You don't
concentrate on your
on your food. And by the time your order comes in, you realize there are some petty mistake around it.
Like maybe too much salt or something.
Too much salt. And also, when the food is in, right, your family are enjoying. Taking time to chew helps, right? Helps. And also hydrating whilst eating, right? And I'm sure a lot of people think you don't have to drink water during intake or before intake. You have to stay 30 minutes. Those things are not true, right?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wait.
So during intake, during this Christmas, if you feel like taking water, please enjoy water. You can take it during your food, right? So that you don't have problems with choking or indigestion. So I'll encourage people to do that. But plan your meals, plan it a lot, right? Yeah. If you can do that, you have yourself saving time and then also having your food well edible.
Because for meals you're preparing the whole year, it doesn't mean that when it comes to Christmas, that one, if it was 30 minutes, now it will be 15 minutes. No. That means you are just killing us.
No, right? And you don't have to do frying. You don't always have to do frying. Try other cooking methods aside the frying. When it comes to Christmas, when it comes to Christmas, we all think of the chicken being fried chicken.
Fried rice.
Right, fried rice. Right, there are people who eat everything and everything on their table is fried except water. When that happens, then you have a problem, right? So you shouldn't do more of the frying. You can do grilling, always doing frying. And that way you have a lot of food being well cooked on your plate, right? You don't have to fry everything.
Otherwise, you fry your insides. Yeah. And we can't have that.
No, we don't have that during Christmas.
Yeah. So, you just mentioned something interesting earlier. The fact that when it's the Christmas season, too, people like to indulge in alcohol, that kind of thing, So when it comes to that as well, what are the health risks involved with, like, excess consumption? Alcohol, foods and all that.
Okay. So with alcohol, there's excess consumption of alcohol, there's a lot of disadvantages to it. Actually, new research from World Health Organization shows that we are not even supposed to be taking we are not supposed to be taking alcohol at this point.
Am I the only one? They are making me feel some way this way.
Yes, we are not supposed to be taking alcohol because when you overtake alcohol, you take alcohol too much. Excess consumption of alcohol can cause you to misplace the nutrients that you're supposed to have. So for some people, they take too much alcohol and then it removes the gastrointestinal lining. It takes it off. So the body is not able to absorb certain nutrients. So that's one. And also some people too, they claim that alcohol is an appetizer. So they take it before they eat. They feel like, no alcohol, before I eat my fufu, I'll be able to eat a lot of the fufu. Yes. Yeah. So when they do that too, they overeat.
So Julia said we can take water during meals. He busted that myth this morning. So it's you don't have to wait 30 minutes and all. And now you also say alcohol doesn't work as an appetizer. What if it's white wine or red wine or something?
So yes, that thing. They all contain alcohol. They all contain some percentage of alcohol. So right now, if you are someone who takes a lot of alcohol, just try and limit the quantity that you take. Okay, try and just limit the quantity that you take. It would have been best to just stick with water, coconut water, healthier options of juices. But if you don't want to stop taking alcohol, I would just say then be moderate about it. Like, take it in moderation. Take it in moderation, because alcohol can do a lot of stuff. Aside reducing the nutrients, it can lead to malnutrition because you're unable to absorb the nutrients, and then you can even have stroke, high blood pressure, and all of those stuff. Because what alcohol does is it constricts your blood vessel. It makes it harder and smaller. So if the artery, the hole is like this, it ends up becoming
smaller,
constricted.
So that's more pressure.
It's like a hose. Imagine you have a hose and then you've blocked it, or the hole is very small. The water will try and come with so much pressure. So that's how the blood will also move with so much pressure. So you need to reduce the quantity of alcohol.
Me, I'm listening. It's not me. I'm listening. What's your take also on the alcohol?
Okay, so
and then for those who take it, how can they balance it without being left out of the season?
So when you are drunk from alcohol, you tend to engage in risky behaviors. So for you also, it's not always about just the nutrition. You might also engage in a lot of. You can do 2 drinks a day, and for women can do 1 drink a day. I'll break that down, right? So men can do 2 drinks, and women can do 1 drink. Now, according to the US standard of drink, when we are talking about beer, right, like 12 ounces of beer, which contains around 5 to 7 percentage of alcohol, for women they can do 1 drink. So 1 drink is the mini beer. That's 1 drink. So 2 drinks for men will be 2 of the mini one. That's when it comes to beer.
So 2 of the minis will make 1, mega beer, or what am I?
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
So 2 drinks, mini beer, right? 1 being 12 ounces, having around 5 to 7% of alcohol. Men can do 2 drinks per day, and women can do 1. When it comes to wine, which is around 5 ounces, which contains approximately 12 percentage of alcohol, you can do half of the wine glass per day for women, and men can do 2 of the half. That's, let's say, 1 wine glass. Now, when it comes to the heavy one, the gin, the whiskey, the capo runs. So when it comes to those ones, which usually contains around 40% of alcohol, we encourage a drink to be around 1.5 ounces, right? Okay. Just a tot, right? Should be okay. Tequila shot or something, just have fun with your friends. Like you said, we are not pushing for restrictions. We want you to enjoy it, but enjoy it in a smart and responsible way.
When you do restrictions, it doesn't make it sustainable. Because eventually, one day you wake up and you be like, I'm tired. Then you go back to your own. So that's why we.
Now let's talk about something which is quite important. Staying hydrated this season. How important is it? That we drink water.
Oh, I think you can even educate me on that. Hydration.
What am I missing?
We know hydration is very vital. Even our bodies, 70% is made of water. So that shows you how important hydration is. You need to take a lot of water, especially if you're someone who drinks alcohol. I would say you alternate. When you take the bottle, take a bottle of water as well.
Okay.
Try and flush out your system. Try and take a lot of, because when you do that, it helps with digestion. As Julius mentioned, now there's a lot of indigestion, food poisoning cases in the hospitals during this season. So try and take a lot of water. When you take a lot of water, some of these things can be prevented or reduced. The intensity of it can be reduced.
You see, the challenge here is the fact that you go for all these parties, all these programs, and you see a lot of drinks, like the fizzy drinks, the alcohol, and then the water is there, but people don't pay attention to it.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I have a friend, or I met someone. The person doesn't take water.
Yeah.
All she takes is drinks. That is hair water, which is not the best. So, if you are someone like,
how do you go without drinking water?
There are people like that.
They drink juice from morning to evening. That's it.
So if they are having their rice, there's juice.
They don't drink water.
There's no water.
They don't drink water.
Is that good? Is that safe?
No.
That's not safe. And a lot of
they need water.
Yes, you need water. But there are also people who don't like the taste of water. I've met people that they said water is bitter for them. So if you are someone like that, I would encourage you to.
Wait. You're allergic to water?
It's not allergy. It's just, allergy is a reaction.
Water is life. But water is life.
This one, she doesn't like the taste of it. When it's in her mouth, it tastes bitter. It tastes.
It's just a lifestyle issue.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the issue is, but yes. If
I can't wrap my mind around it. I'm thinking,
Same here.
What was the situation with you? When you come across stuff like that?
There are some people who think they can afford other form of liquid and they don't really need water, right? So out of just their developed or formed lifestyle, they tend to drink more juices and ignore water. But they should know water is very important. It helps to control your temperature, helps in digestion, also helps in removal of waste from your body. So if you are not having water and you are taking liquids that are concentrated, you might not get these benefits that will come up. Now today they will still enjoy, but the time will come that they will face the consequences.
Like such as?
Of course, the removal of waste, which involves the kidney.
Right?
So
we are not careful.
Yes, that can also happen in digestion because you need water. Water is needed during the digestion. So it's a kind of developed lifestyle where people just pick it up out of luxury. They just want to have the time.
I don't even want to
pee. Evidence also shows that when you take too much alcohol and too much sugar-sweetened beverages, it increases fluid loss.
Rather.
You pee, yes. Because of the whole osmosis and so it increases fluid loss. So imagine you not taking water and all you take is juices. You get very dehydrated. So the water is very important.
So the more they get dehydrated, the more they take the juice, the more they get dehydrated.
Yeah.
Continue.
If you're not careful, it becomes an addiction. It's like you are taking more just to replenish what you have lost.
Exactly.
You didn't even realize that it's happening. So you just touched on something which is really important. The fact that we see a lot of fizzy drinks, this sugary stuff.
Yeah.
How unsafe is that as well? Should we also do that in moderation, or should we avoid it just like the alcohol?
Oh no, we are not saying you should avoid it.
The way it's finally, okay, so we should
be in moderation.
Okay, so Julius, in your final summation, what nutritional tips would you give to people with this Yuletide season, and anything else you'd like to advise us on before we go?
All right, so this season we want them to have fun. Yes, have fun, but we are preaching balance, not restriction. We are not stopping you from eating what you want to eat. All we want you to do is to balance it, right? Have every food group in there, have some carbohydrate, protein, and don't forget fruit. When it comes to Christmas, people put fruit somewhere and then they go with the pastries. So they have pies, cakes, all in the kitchen, and they forget that the apple in the fridge also exists. Right, so
bananas and
so let's enjoy fruit as well, right? And then your favorite foods. We all know our favorite foods. So when it comes to your favorite foods, you have to go with moderation, right? You know it's your favorite. So when it's one bowl that is there, you want to finish all. So we have to be careful about that. Then portion and timing.
Yeah.
During this time, a lot of people don't stick to portion. Like she said, use smaller plates so that you can portion it well. But other people go and they get a big plate, serve yourself.
They might get 2 plates and then put one. Yeah.
When it comes to serve yourself, it becomes worse, right? Serve yourself is not kill yourself. So you have to serve yourself. You have to kill yourself.
Serve yourself is
not kill yourself, right? So get there and serve just a little, and you'll be able to go with it. Then the last thing that happened to me before, and I know that go to a function or a program without eating from home. You might get surprised. Right, you get there and the food is not ready, and probably item 13 is the last thing on the list, and you have problems, especially if you have underlying conditions like peptic ulcer. So let's pay attention to our health as well.
So for those who eat too much, what advice you have to give them this eat? It's like 30 seconds or less.
Eat in moderation. And as you said, don't go to a function thinking that I'm leaving my stomach, I'm going to eat over there. Don't do that before you do. Because when you do that, when you starve yourself for long, the hunger hormone, it's called ghrelin. It increases. So the more it increases, the more you want to eat a lot at a go, which is not the best.
We have to continue this conversation. Our conversation's coming up. I hope you're happy as me. Listen to them, give us all these tips. And we'll be back right after these messages.
Your home of comfort, elegance, and warm Ghanaian hospitality. Here, every stay feels personal. Our suites are thoughtfully designed to offer the perfect blend of relaxation and modern sophistication, giving you the peace and comfort you deserve. Unwind and rejuvenate with our premium amenities, take a refreshing dip in our pool, stay active in our fully equipped gym, or escape into tranquility at our serene spa. Embark on a flavorful journey at our restaurant, where Ghanaian and continental dishes are crafted to delight your senses. Planning a meeting or event? Our modern conference and event spaces provide everything you need for successful gatherings, from corporate workshops to intimate celebrations, all supported by 24/7's high-speed internet and dedicated service. Maya Villa, conferences delivered in serenity and luxury. Book your stay today.
Hi, I'm pleased to introduce to you Cancer Mixture, a herbal mixture for arthritic pain.